You're right. If we had sent the Deku into space, he would have been fine.
Yeah, exactly. You don't need to breathe.
And welcome to the LSF Podcast.
I hate you. It's famous for their not needing oxygen.
Oh, God,
To be fair, they need carbon dioxide. They make the oxygen.
I'm gonna have to wait until this is uploaded to YouTube to find out when you actually hit record on that one now.
Yep.
Right, I'll stop playing Tears of the Kingdom and actually take part in this podcast now.
That's really good. Thanks so much, Lan Eagle.
You're welcome.
Z, who is joining
Hey,
with me.
come on. This is like the first week in like how long since you've been playing World of Warcraft on the podcast?
I don't play it on the podcast. What are you talking about now?
Anymore.
Respect.
Anymore.
Yeah, bar back in the day when we had 5 people
for an episode. Yeah,
that's true. We did used to have more people back in the day.
Yeah, when there was 5 people on, you could coast.
Yeah. Now we could actually like put like forward ideas and stuff. Ugh.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Ugh.
What a hard life we have.
Yeah. You know who has the hardest life? Me, fucking on my laptop in the kitchen of this temporary apartment I'm living at.
Yeah, well, you don't have to look at that, so.
Yeah,
I'd
that's
say
actually
that the
so
viewers
true.
have it hard.
It's based.
Think about it as someone else for once. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, come on.
But yeah, I am moving just to move again. So when you guys see me next week, I will be in another new location.
No bar this time. What's going on?
No what?
What?
No
No
bar.
bar in the background. What are we gonna
Yeah,
have in the background? We're gonna have to have a real think about that one.
Right? I don't, guys. Fucking moving into the new place. I know that I'm gonna be there for like a year, so I'm actually gonna like fucking decorate and like have, because I have like a bunch of like art and shit that I've like acquired that I just like didn't hang up while I was in Bryce's basement.
Acquired NFT owner. No,
Yes.
Yeah, so many board apes that you wish you could put up in the background.
He's gonna print out all the board apes.
My JPEGs that you're not allowed to right click and download.
Do not screenshot this podcast.
I can't believe we got the bald one as well. That's crazy. Mint
Yeah.
01.
Do you actually still own any NFTs? Didn't you get like a horse or something?
We had talked about doing NFT horse racing for Dom. That's true, and then we just never followed through on it because they're pussies.
Fair enough.
Yeah, that's probably a good idea, to be completely honest.
Well, to be fair, it's like we spend like fucking like 40 cents to buy a horse, and then you fucking race it up and
you
breed
lose
it
40
so you can
cents,
get
essentially.
yeah.
That's
So it's
Yeah,
like,
tell
we
me
weren't-
more. How does that
No.
work? How do I make money here?
we weren't gonna like invest heavy and like, oh, this is the new shit. We just thought it'd be funny to have NFT horses named like macaroni and cheese nuts and shit like that.
Okay, that's fire. Yeah, I'm in. I'll invest $20,000 and I'll get 10% of the returns.
And that's what Billy lost all of his money.
This is my Dragon's Den pitch.
This is your Dragon's Den pitch. I've just heard macaroni these nuts, and I'm like, yo, get me in.
Just all of the dragons just say yes.
They're like, wait, these nuts?
Another good NFT horse name I had was the non-fungible trotter.
That's
nice.
odd.
I like that
NFT.
one.
Ah, get it? It's clever. You
Oh
gotta
shit! I
work on
didn't
it.
forget.
Oh. And it's got horse stuff in there? That's crazy.
Oh my god!
You're actually so smart.
The
Thanks,
name that
thanks.
used a pun of horses and NFTs. That's crazy.
Horses.
Yeah, you said that. Not said that any more posh.
Horses. That's how I say it.
Horses.
The horse.
A house.
Horse.
British in it.
It is British, isn't it?
Welcome
Yeah,
back
how-
to the British in it.
Remember when we
podcast.
used to be 3 Brits in it?
RIP 3 Brits in it.
RIP based on nothing but the fact we just don't go by that.
To be fair, we are the undefeated champions as three
So true.
Brits in it.
Favorites in it have never lost a
Movie
film-based
trivia
quiz
game
show
show.
in their entire life.
Yeah. For context, we did a movie trivia show on Twitch where we went as 3 Brits in it. I not even exaggerating, know nothing about movies.
No, there was some
One
anime
Studio
films.
Ghibli one, yeah.
Yeah, there was like name anime films. I was like,
Yeah, I watched those back not too long ago, and then the funny thing was that the anime ones were so easy that I knew some of them.
It's because they're like the most basic bitch shit ever. And
Yeah,
everyone knows
it's like
about them.
clearly they didn't know too much about anime, so they picked the ones that sort of everyone knew, like Spirited Away and stuff like that.
Yeah, exactly. Because they are good. I actually watched Spirited Away reasonably recently. I haven't really watched any Studio Ghibli movies, so
Yeah,
they're very good.
Spirited
was
Away
one
is
like
pretty good.
was it like
Cold Take
Demon
fucking
Slayer?
movie that won Picture of the Year is good. Crazy.
I don't watch movies, so I was like, it's good. I'm not being like, holy shit, I gotta put it on every day, like, you know, Forrest Gump or something. But like, it is what it is.
You watch Forrest Gump every day?
Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta have your daily gum.
I'll say when I was like 14, I
You had your
once
first love.
had a week off school and I watched Forrest
Good
Gump
one.
every day. That was so great. I watched Forrest Gump every day.
That's crazy.
Um,
I've actually never seen Forrest Gump.
You're
When
wrong.
I was in 3rd grade, my younger brother was born, and he loved the movie Chicken Little. So I have seen Chicken Little more than any human should.
Have you seen
Oh,
these?
like
Shit. Yes, I saw. Was Alfred and Cody
Yeah.
did a speed run of the Chicken Little game?
And it's just the movie.
yeah, there's so much of that is just cutscenes of the movie. It's insane.
Yeah.
Did you guys like have that of your own though? Like, did you have any movies that you just like watched on repeat as a kid?
The first Pokemon movie.
That's a good one.
Mm-hmm.
My dad used to fucking hate us because we'd go to Blockbuster, and my sibling, they would get the Winx Club every time, and I would get ET every time. And he's like, man, imagine spending money on not the same fucking movie again. And again."
E.T.
Mine was
scared me.
Thomas and the Magic Railroad. That was the one I used to watch on repeat.
Fair. For anyone who doesn't know,
it's a fucking shit film. It's Thomas and the Magic Railroad.
Blockbuster is a relic of the past where you could.
Good old.
It's like Netflix, but you had to go there and pay more money.
I
you
think
would for
Blockbuster
Netflix.
could come back. I think it's time.
I do as well. Like how like vinyls have like come back into like the mainstream. Like fucking if you like went up to a Blockbuster and you could only get VHSs, that shit would bang.
Yeah.
I think there's a little bit of a thing where like people don't want to like pay for a movie fully, and then they feel like like I don't know. There's something about renting a film on a streaming service that I would rather rent an actual like DVD.
Yeah, I guess.
Than rent, like,
I don't know if you guys have. We have what's called Redbox, which is basically like a little like kiosk. You literally just walk up and you can like rent movies that have been like recently released on DVD, and it's like $1 or $2 a night, some shit like that.
Oh no, that was we just had like Blockbuster for that sort of thing.
So we didn't actually have Blockbuster here. We had a Extravision. Did you talk? Did Activision make its way to the rest of the world, Land Eagle?
I don't know. My
of
town
the
only had a
world being
Blockbuster.
England.
Yeah, the rest of the UK, I guess.
Yeah.
Extravision was our place, and it was open for way longer than it should have been. And I can remember there was a point where we would go into Extravision exclusively to get, I don't even like popcorn, but my dad would go in there to get popcorn because they had a popcorn machine like in the bag. You would normally, because you could buy it. He'd be like, "That's good popcorn." And he would go in, get the popcorn, leave, not even rent anything, just go in for the popcorn.
Yo, that must have been some good popcorn then.
Man, well, it was nearby. It was opposite the Chinese that he was just at to get the Chinese.
And hot popcorn. I guess that's the kicker, isn't it? It's like,
yeah, and it's less effort than doing it yourself.
oh, the ones where you do it in the microwave are such dog shit compared to like the ones at the cinema and stuff.
I don't like popcorn, so I have no opinion on this.
That's crazy.
There are
It's not
some
fine.
good microwave popcorn brands because like you get the ones that it's like super fucking like just like disgusting and like buttery and salty. You're like fuck yeah. Like, to be fair, it might be an America thing because you guys have better food regulations than we do.
Half the
But
ones we get, like it's like you either get burnt popcorn or like
cardboard.
half of them aren't popped. It's like
yeah, you'll bring it
like,
to.
there's no good middle ground. Like they seem to just instantly pop and burn. Like
It's come out burnt.
it's like putting like sausages on a barbecue. It's like the burnt on the outside and then raw on the inside.
But
How
to be
it
fair,
should be.
that's a gas way to have a sausage. But to be fair, in defense of Curly's dad, at the school I work at, every Wednesday we have a popcorn machine and we pop popcorn for the teachers. That shit makes my day. Like I didn't even notice like how much it like boosted my week, but then one week we didn't have it because we were like out of like the butter or some shit that goes with it. So they just didn't pop any. And I was like, damn, I'm actually like more upset than I should be that there's not popcorn today.
Yeah, no, Kelly's dad's a giga check. Going and getting warm popcorn just like on a whim. That's like that's
Yeah.
fire.
Why not? If it's good, it's good. You know what I mean? Don't complain. Like, but yeah, I don't think they'll. Are you saying that like people eventually are going to come back to the point where they're going to watch a VHS and they'll like wait it crackles sometimes when it's fucked,
I don't.
and they're going to be like, "Oh, that initial that VHS tinge." Oh.
Although I will say there was something nice about pausing a VHS and then going back and it being in the same spot.
Yeah.
Which,
Also,
to be
pausing
fair,
it and
you
watching
you
the
do-
screen
you
like
do now
spasm.
have with You do now have that with streaming services again, but DVDs didn't have that.
Could you not pause DVDs?
I could.
No, but if you like turned everything off, then it'd like reset everything.
Oh,
right,
okay.
But
right,
like
right,
if
okay.
you pause a video and then turn off your TV or your video player, like it stays there because it's literal tape.
Yeah.
Did you use? Maybe this will. Well, we're all around the same age, so maybe this isn't a ridiculous comment. Did the place where you rented stuff from make you rewind them?
They
Oh, like
didn't
the whole
make
be
you, but
kind
they had,
rewind
like
thing.
they had like
Yeah.
a hey, it'd be cool if you did, but they wouldn't like not take it if you didn't.
I religiously did it.
I really don't know. To be clear, Extravision was just a rebrand for Ireland and Northern Ireland. It was Blockbuster.
Oh, okay. Whoa! It's like Asda and Walmart.
I don't know why the term Blockbuster was too triggering for Ireland, but apparently they needed a rebrand.
Well, with the IRA coming around bombing things, blockbusting is the whole thing.
Yeah, they were like, "Oh fuck, don't want to be busting anything." Extravision though. It also did. It wasn't extra spelled like extra. It was X with an X at the start, just to be clear.
Of course.
Just to be
I
extra.
think it was implied.
It couldn't be cool if it wasn't. I wouldn't go to Extravision EX. Yuck.
Let me have a look. I need to look more into this because I might have just told an absolute lie based on the first thing.
God damn it.
Then like
It would
the
kinda
next
make
paragraph
sense, I
down
guess.
was like the opposite. It was like they bought them out or something. So I need to find that.
Oh well, yeah. Either way, they probably did just buy them out and then instantly went, "Oh shit, we shouldn't be doing this anymore." And I remember getting Netflix as well when you could, before it was like online. Did anyone ever get that?
Yeah, I watched the entirety of like the first 2 seasons of Game of Thrones through Netflix Mail.
Yeah, there was a I don't know if it was a UK thing, but there's also a site you could do it with games, and they would send you games, and it was like
PC by
£1 a month.
That's
I
kind of
don't-
hype, actually.
Yeah, so I remember all the shit games I didn't want to buy. So, like there was like a rugby game it's really shit. It's bad.
Sure.
But it was like 40 quid, and I was like, I'm not spending 40 quid on that. So
Right.
literally spent like £1 to get it delivered. Played it like 3 times.
And went crazy through the mail, I tell you what.
And I was like, whoa, for £1, this is great value. And then never sent it back because the company went out of business, and they were like, fucking just keep everything. It's not worth anything. We're like, thanks,
no.
guy. Appreciate that.
Okay, I found
Infinite
it.
value.
So
Mhm.
Extravision was bought by Blockbuster in 1996.
Yeah, I was born.
But they
Crazy.
didn't change all of the names to Blockbuster because the name was already established, so they just kept it.
That makes sense.
And just in terms of like the video game stuff, like I used to just get those from Blockbuster as well. Like yeah. I never did like a
Blockbuster was going out
PC
of
thing.
fucking like going out of business. I fucking got Borderlands 2, BioShock Infinite, and like something else for like $12 total for all 3 of them. I was
That's
like,
nice.
let's fucking go.
Wow,
Yeah,
nice.
I got a bunch of like Xbox games. I remember one of them was Sleeping Dogs, and like I played it like a little bit, and then literally like I think it was like either a week later or like less than a month, it became like the free Xbox like live
The
game.
Game Pass.
I
Yeah,
was
the
like,
game-
fuck. It's like I only lost £3 on buying this game, but fuck, that's annoying. I was one of the ones that I picked, the one that I could get for free in like a week after.
It's weird.
Dude, that was such a crazy thing that happened. The games with gold. Like
Yeah,
Games
I
with
guess
Gold
it
was
happens a lot
fire.
now. Like what is it? Because like Epic Games, they have like the free game, which you can get notified what the free game is if you join my Discord. I have a bot that pings you every time a free game gets posted. But it's just like for like 2012, you're like they're just giving out games for free. That's fucking crazy.
Yeah,
And they
it's
gave out
mad.
bangers too. That's the thing. It's like a lot of the fucking Epic ones that come out. Spoilers, they're dog shit. But like they were giving out like fucking Dark Souls, Borderlands 1. Fucking the first BioShock, they were giving out bangers for free.
It's a little bit late, like when you get them, but they're still like good games. So
Yeah, but if you never picked them, like, cause like I don't like Dark Souls games. The reason I know I don't like Dark Souls games was because I got Dark Souls for free from Xbox Game Pass and was like, or at Gold or whatever it was at the time, and I was like, this game is shit. I fucking hate this. Thanks for letting me know, and thanks for not making me pay for it.
But yeah, I don't know. There's just something nice about going somewhere and like looking at an array of films and then picking one to like rent. That's like better than looking at like Amazon Prime searching a film because there's like no real search like merit there.
Yeah, I feel like it's nearly because you feel like you've committed to going there. You feel almost obligated to get something, even if it's shit, because you've went out of your way. Because you're like, I'm here now, fuck it. But whereas when you're on Netflix, you're just sitting on your computer or sitting at a TV, and if you scroll through and you go, I don't want to watch anything, you just turn it off. Do you know what I mean? It sounds really
Yeah.
stupid, but like the fact that you're there, you're like, fuck it. You buy like Ratchet and Clank for like £3 from Sex or something. Yeah, exactly. Sorry, CEX or Sex, whatever. There's a place in the UK.
Yeah,
Speaking of Ratchet and Clank,
you just pronounce it letter-wise. I don't think you.
We all just call it Sex, to be honest.
Fair enough.
Speaking of Ratchet and Clank, Rift Apart is coming to Steam sometime in June.
Seen that?
And I'm hyped. I'm so hyped. As someone who
Wait,
doesn't own a
who started
PS5.
I missed that. Who started speaking about Ratchet and Clank? It suddenly just brought that up on your own.
Not Curly
Me?
did. He's.
I
Oh,
said
okay.
you go out and buy like Ratchet and Clank. It was
Okay.
almost as if I was thinking of Ratchet and Clank because Ratchet and Clank is coming out on Steam, and it's almost as if I know that Notices he likes Ratchet and Clank, and that would be like some sort of really, really good way to get off the thing that we're talking about. And I'm mad.
Did you guys
Oh my god.
Did you guys see about Dolphin coming to Steam? And then Nintendo
did.
said,
And then
"Fuck
not.
no."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which, you know what, it's
Good
the
old
most
Nintendo.
Nintendo move ever. Wait for them to instantly get ready to
Yeah,
do it, and then go.
Of all the things, that was a Nintendo thing.
But yeah, Ratchet and Clank as well coming to Steam it's a move, and I feel like they probably needed to do that because I feel like being it's exclusive PlayStation game technically at the minute, isn't it?
Yes, PS5 only.
Yeah.
Mm.
So like, I don't think that works anymore unless you're a massive franchise that's getting an absolute bag from the consoles. And as much as I like Ratchet and Clank, it is no longer the juggernaut that it was at the time. I say juggernaut, but like at the time, if you had a PS2, you were playing Ratchet and Clank. I feel like everyone played it at some point. But it's not. It hasn't aged as. It's not a fine wine, let's say.
Yeah, well, I mean, the age of
I
exclusives is
think it
kind of
is.
coming to an end anyway, isn't it? Really, because like all of Xbox's library is all available on PC.
Mm.
Sony's making the way to doing that as well.
Well,
'cause
that's
they've got
still like
God of War and-
semi-exclusive because
It's not on Steam, obviously. You're still going through them, but like it's not
Yeah.
platform exclusive. It's just
Well, it's because
Like, you're still
Microsoft
giving Xbox
owns
money.
Windows
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
Microsoft owns things, so it's like it's still like semi-exclusive.
Yeah, it's almost as if it's not as beneficial to be a PlayStation only game now.
yeah. It's like the PC Master Race has really like become a thing. It's like
Mm.
it's like even if back in the day you were like a console Andy and didn't believe the PC Master Race was the PC Master Race, you kind of got to look at it now and say where your exclusives gone, bud.
Yeah, I think the problem was mainly because most people, not that it's a problem, but like a lot of people that gamed when we were younger were around the same
Yeah.
age as us, and you could not afford a fucking PC that
No,
was
exactly.
capable of running any of the games you wanted to. So being a console guy was what you had to be because that's what you fucking got. You had no
Yeah,
question about
the
it.
console war wasn't like entirely like done by children. It was like
Yeah,
because it was just kids who could only afford one console and they were just deciding which one to buy.
yeah,
Like, and the whichever one they were on was just whichever one they bought, and that might not have even been a proper decision. It was probably just based on whatever their friends had, so they could play games with
yeah.
them.
Nowadays
then
you're
had to
getting
back up that
graphics cards.
decision. It's like-
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
No-
like I didn't know what was inside of an Xbox 360. I just knew that if I got a PlayStation, I'd have no one to play with. So
Yeah, I also had that, and I also knew that if I got a ring of death, I was fucked. There was nothing to be
True.
done.
I got a Red Ring of Death, and then I fucking like watched all these like fucking crazy videos on like how to fix it. Like you had to like wrap your Xbox in towels and then turn it on, and basically just like because like what it is it's like a overheating safety mechanism. And so what you would do is you would literally just like fry it, like you would bake your fucking 360 so where the safety mechanism would break, and then it wouldn't red ring your Xbox anymore.
I'm pretty sure there was like different levels too, because you could get the whole thing,
there was
and then you get like one
there
or
was like
two.
like a quarter ring. There was a full ring. Yeah.
Well, the traditional Red Ring of Death was 3.
Yeah.
3 of the 4.
I think I remember the full ring was like fucked. Like if you got the full ring, there was like no fixing. Like not
If
not
you
even
got no
any of
ring,
these,
you're
like-
absolutely fucked.
Yeah, you got-
Yeah, and there's also another one.
Yeah,
Where it was like-
if you got no ring, there's no way of fixing it. Not even turning it on and plugging it in.
There was another fix that I saw. It was like you had to like wrap pennies in electrical tape and then use a heat sink
fuck,
to
that's
connect it to
crazy.
you. Dude, but I'll tell you what, I fucking my 360 kept chugging for a long time. And then
With a
I
nice little
eventually-
penny coat.
I upgraded to like the elite, like the black version when that came out, and I got like a 2
Yeah.
terabyte external hard drive. I was like, damn, I'm fucking chatted now.
He afforded that by fucking shaking his old 360 and all the money fell out.
Got my
You
fucking
go
8
to
pennies back.
cash in your old Xbox, and you just like, yeah, it works perfectly. I'm just also throwing in the rest of the money that I want for the other Xbox.
It's like, oh well, I should be able to get it with this. So you hand it or whatever, and they're like, "There's not enough here." You just shake it, and all the fucking money falls out. You're like, I think that'll be enough, sir. Like the shop we were talking about, that CX place. They're
Sex place?
basically the sex place, the place where you go for games. Wink, wink. That's called sex, and they have like just a counter of like pre-owned stuff.
Yeah.
And I always love to go look at it, and I'm like, who just came in here and went, I have my fucking like Mario amiibo, and they put it on the shelf as if like, oh, amiibo. I'm like,
Yeah, well, I'll tell you what, it's those people do well because I go into CX all the time and buy amiibo. So
dude.
Yeah.
I was wondering who did it. I guess I got my
and,
answer.
and the guy who goes in there, and the guy who like checks their website and then goes, right, this one's got this amiibo, and I'm gonna get it while I'm in in that area.
Fair enough. It's actually a really good place if Free Game Friday didn't exist on the Notice Z channel, Sex Friday would exist on the Notice Z channel.
Like we used to love going into Liverpool and going to CEX all the time when I was at uni because we would just buy like the shittest like
we did that too.
PS2 games and stuff, and we'd just play them and sometimes it'd be like hidden gems from like when we were a kid that we just didn't have anymore or whatever, and we were like, oh shit, I remember like getting this from Blockbuster and like really loving it and shit like that.
And you play it and you're like, this is dog shit. What the fuck?
Yeah, sometimes we're like, how the fuck did I enjoy this? Yeah, and then sometimes we're like, oh, like sometimes it'd be like all 4 of us are in the room, and then 3 of us are just like, this is the most dog shit thing ever. And then the person who played the game as a child was like, what are you talking about? This is so fun.
Me and a friend of mine went in because what we used to do was try and find like games that we had never heard of. Like we were big into football, right? So we'd go in and try and find any football game that's not FIFA. And we found this game called Pure Football. I have never seen any gameplay of it. I had never heard of it. It has Steven Gerrard on the front with like a blank kit on because they clearly couldn't afford any rights to like get anything. So we get it. Funny. It's also called Football FUT, as in like football, as in like fucking. It's in Spanish.
Like FU with an umlaut or whatever.
No, it's FUTBOL because it's like Spanish
or
whatever.
Okay. Got you.
And so we loaded it up. We play it. We start. You can only play 4 seconds and the game crashes.
Fantastic.
Let's go.
So we were trying to score off the first like 4 seconds.
That's great.
Because you would literally
just go, this is unplayable. You went, we're not good enough. It's a skill issue.
It's a skill issue. 4-second games. That's enough time. You'd like make a pass and you'd have to like try and shoot from the halfway line. And you're like,
yeah, but did you ever get a goal?
No, because it would just crash when the ball was going towards the fucking net. So it only cost £1, so like who cares? They obviously it helps play test them.
I remember one of the ones I got was a game called Extreme Express, which was a train racing game.
Hey ho.
It's so lame because literally you're like on a track. So it's literally just holding accelerate down and not.
Oh yeah, there's no fucking turns. You're on a track.
Yeah, you can change like which lane you're in, like at certain points. Like there's like literally like certain areas where it's like you can change tracks now if you want, and then if there's a train slightly in front of you, you can derail them.
It's like quick time events where you have to ring the conductor.
What system was this on?
It was on PS2 for sure.
Excellent. I've got the PS2 and the access to games.
Yo.
Whoa.
So we're definitely playing this on stream sometime next week.
Oh yeah, that could be one of our maybe something we do in the future.
Ooh. Oh yeah. Our nondescript videos.
Yeah.
They no one else is mental that I found out recently. The price of Melee, like the game Super Smash Bros. Melee.
Well, Nintendo games just never go down in price.
But know what it is? It's only American copies that are mad expensive.
Well, yeah, the Melee scene isn't like there are people in the UK that play Melee, but it doesn't have a scene like the US.
No, so
there's a difference.
Yes, it was released later in Europe, and it has a patch on it that like nerfs a bunch of characters and like stuff like that. Yeah, and so they literally only play with the North American copies.
Yeah, I was like, cause I was on the 3 Triandy about it like a few months ago, and I was like, I got one sitting here, and he's like, oh, and I looked it up, but it was like on sect, it was like 10 quid. And I was like, and then he looked it up, and it was like 110 quid, and I was like, oh, that's nuts. I'll send you 10. But apparently there's a different, and also it's something to do with the consoles as well. Because the consoles that were released in North America are different to the ones released in Europe, so the games
right.
don't work on them. And
Oh,
I
right.
thought,
yeah. No, that was just a thing, like the PAL system and everything like
Yeah.
that. Like the games just
so that's another reason. I was like, that's just mad to me.
yeah.
The year was 2004 or whatever. Why isn't everything working perfectly?
2001, excuse you.
I
How
don't
dare you
know.
not know the year when our Lord and Savior Melee came out?
Well, I don't know. I don't remember anything.
I've literally never played Melee.
And that's
I
famously
have.
the only thing that happened in 2001.
The Space Odyssey.
Let me just Google famous events from 2001. Let's see. Anything really good happen then? Oh, apparently
What happened?
2,977 people died. Did you know that?
What? Because Melee came out.
Apparently there was a
melee in the streets.
there was a global war on terror. Have you heard about this?
Wait, who was leading that? Like Samus?
Yeah, Mario. Let me
Gotta-
see what else happened.
I just want to pull back the curtain here. We were talking about something before the podcast, and Curly said, "I kind of want to step away from talking about terrorist organizations and things like that."
I didn't talk
bring this
about them.
up. We're
I didn't talk about
talking
them.
about we're talking about
So we're
2001.
talking about whether or
One
not
second.
Captain Crunch had committed war crimes, and he was like, "Hey, we should like not talk about things like that on the podcast." Here we are. We're talking about 9/11 is the bit that Curly and I have been running for like the last 2 minutes. I don't
So
know. if you
also,
said
Jesus
that or
Christ! If
not.
you watching
It's
this and
very
didn't get that
subtle humor.
reference, if you did
It's
not
very
get that
subtle
reference
humor.
from this podcast,
So I'm also looking at some other interesting things that happened. Apparently, 2001 became Summer of the Shark after a number of shark attack fatalities.
you're based that
The
year.
li-
It was actually you were more likely to die on a plane.
Yeah, the shark attack went up so much
Yeah.
that the planes were up there.
Yeah. it was-
Also, iTunes was released in 2001,
Damn.
and the Leaning Tower of Pisa reopened to the public after 11 years or something because of something. I don't know. Apparently, it's been 27 million.
honestly thought that like it started leaning too hard, so they had to like.
Yeah, they were like,
yeah,
"Whoa."
it started leaning the other way.
like, oh no.
What else happened? Apparently, the first space tourists went up in 2001. They spent 20 million.
Will
Anthro-
will the Leaning
Anthro-
Tower of Pisa fall over eventually?
Yeah, everything will.
It's got it right. Yeah.
Everything will. The world will come to an end.
I typed in
Let's
"Will the
wait, so that
Leaning" and
Curly's on.
people really want to know.
Yeah.
Okay, the Leaning Tower of Pisa won't fall due to something called dynamic soil structure interaction.
Fuck up.
Shut the fuck up.
It
Shut
describes
up.
the relationship between
I'm
soil
gonna go
softness
sit on
and
the top of the
tower-
tower and
tower's
jump
height
up and down, and you can't stop me.
Yo, if everyone in Pisa jumped up at once, then the
It's
Pisa
fucking
Tower of
game
Pisa would fall.
over.
It's over.
Apparently, anthrax attacks spread fear among American
Mhm.
public, and several
Yeah, they were
people.
sending anthrax in the mail for some reason.
Uh-huh.
Yo, let's go.
The
you
rest
get-
of these are.
I don't think Amflix really caught on the way
Whoa.
that Netflix did.
IRA dismantles weapon arsenal in 2001 as well.
Let's go.
That's crazy because there was a shooting here recently for the IRA, so they must have got back on the board at some point. What else? Cincinnati riots, apparently. 120 people killed in a Ghana football game.
Are you
Indian
just looking at
parliament
people
attacks.
dying in 2001?
No, I literally am on thepeoplehistory.com/2001.html and just tells you everything that happened.
I feel like this website literally just cares about people dying.
No, the Leaning Tower of Pisa was there.
Yeah,
Hey,
the release
Yeah.
of iTunes was there.
The Leaning
Guess
Tower of Pisa
what?
fell over and people died.
some good news. Foot and mouth
Huh.
disease was found again in the UK after 20 years.
No,
Oh
fantastic.
boy.
Good news. They found it.
Yeah, does foot and mouth disease look good or bad? Let's.
I don't really know what it is, but I just know that I was a
Curly, switch to the screen share and search it live on.
I was a 5-year-old at the time, and my fucking 5-year-old ass was supposed to go to the zoo with school, and we couldn't fucking go because of fucking foot and mouth disease. And I still think about it to this day. Also, Tony Blair was elected for the second term in the British Labour Party in 2001.
What the fuck is going on? Why I searched up foot and mouth disease and all the pictures of kids with spotty hands. Why is it on their hands?
The Eden Project in Cornwall, England, opened the world's largest greenhouse, trying to save the world's largest collection of plants.
Eden 2 happened. I remember that.
Yeah, there's actually a lot of really bad things that happened in 2001. It's kind of mad. I'm trying to cherry pick.
As we all know, the original Garden of Eden was in Jackson County, Missouri.
Yep. I actually live like fucking like 40 minutes away from fucking the Garden of Eden.
Pharmaceutical companies agreed to sell AIDS drugs for 90% discount in Africa.
Let's go!
To help fight against AIDS
not in the US.
2001. Yeah, just Africa.
In the US, they charged them 90% more.
Yo, the US pulls out of the 1972 anti-ballistic missile treaty. Whoa! What the fuck is the shoe bomber?
The shoe bomber?
It's a guy with a bomb in a shoe.
Oh, it involves.
I bomb in shoe boxes every day.
Hey, believe it or not, it's a another event linked to American Airlines. That's not the other one that we discussed. That's crazy. In the same year,
can we get Richard Reed on the podcast.
Richard Reed.
You what?
That's the shoe bomber.
Oh yeah, it is. Yeah, Richard C. Reed, dubbed by press as the shoe bomber.
Apparently, he's not dead. He lives in London, England. We can get him.
Whoa!
Hey, let's go.
Oh, that's a disaster. I don't want to read that one.
Oh no, he has to live 110 years without parole. So
we can get him. Maybe
he might have a streaming setup. You never know.
Imagine. Yeah, there's not too many other good things that happened.
What's going on? It's XX Shoe Bomber here.
XX Shoe Bomber. Jesus Christ.
My crimes and cranking 99s.
Yeah, sorry, I'm running out of good things to talk about in the year, so we need to move on. Oh wait, no, sorry.
Also 9/11 happened. We covered.
Wait, one second.
To be clear, not saying that was a good thing.
I found a good thing. 13 of the most popular museums in England are now free to visit.
In 2001. Crazy.
Yep. And now it's 0.
Shit we stole.
Now it costs you way too much money.
Yeah, why do we have to pay to go in museums? It's not like they bought that stuff. They fucking stole it all. Why do I have to pay to go see that shit?
That's why it's free to go. Because they feel guilty. There's a lot of deaths. This is kind of mad. Why is there so many sad things?
Dude, I feel like that would happen if
it was the charge of how
did any year. Like, do 2004. I bet there's gonna be like an equal amount of like shit that happened.
Yeah, 1 second. I'm on it now. Summer Olympics.
2004. A space odyssey.
Spirit rover.
Oh,
Mars.
There was a big old tsunami.
Strongest earthquake in 40 years.
There it is.
EU undergoes its largest expansion so far, and then only about 10 years later, its biggest de-expansion.
Are you saying that losing the UK was the biggest de-expansion of the?
Well, considering it's the only person to have left by default, yes. Yeah, you just got fucking nerded. NASA launches Gravity Probe B, apparently. Boston Red Sox win the World Series. 2004 is actually a great fucking year.
Apparently,
yeah, you picked a really bad one, Z. Yeah, I mean, apart from the tsunami that killed hundreds of thousands.
Yeah, fox hunting is outlawed in the UK. The Statue of Liberty is reopened to the public.
Yeah, they had to close that because of
can't read that one.
Happened in Ghostbusters too.
Oh?
You can't read that one.
The group chat?
Yeah, I will. The first 3 words, I was like, not gonna say that out loud. Let's see what else. Russia siege of the school. Okay. There's a hurricane. Nice. President George.
Hurricane Katrina?
Guys, I'm gonna say the first word of this one.
Okay.
Following.
Okay, I'll say the next word.
And then Z, you take the third one.
No, I don't think you will. Oil peaks at over $50 a barrel and then retreats back below 50. Wow.
It famously never went above $50 a barrel again.
Yeah, that was famously the highest it ever was.
There's so many random ones. There's just Martha Stewart is convicted of a felony and sentenced to 5 months in prison.
That's true, yeah.
Why is it here?
people are like Martha Stewart and Snoop Dogg when they're hanging out. It's like only one of these is a convicted felon, and it's fucking Martha Stewart.
And then like two below it, it's like Scott Pearson is found guilty of murdering his wife. I don't know who Scott Peterson is, sorry, but sure.
It's Sir Jordan's father.
I was gonna say his brother, but
Type P101, the tallest skyscraper in the world, is completed. Definitely. Oh, first same-sex marriage performed in Massachusetts. That's pog.
Let's go.
Pride. It's Pride Month, baby. Let's go.
The first same-sex marriage ever
in Massachusetts.
Yep. Nope, ever.
Yep, sure. Let's
We
rewrite
did it.
history.
I'm assuming it's the first same-sex marriage was
started
in
in
Massachusetts,
2004.
not the first same-sex marriage in Massachusetts, right?
Oh, well, it does say first same-sex marriage performed in Massachusetts. Maybe it's not specific to
Yeah,
Massachusetts. Maybe
I feel like
just...
if it's the first same-sex marriage of Massachusetts, that's not that big of an achievement. I'll be honest.
Well, I don't know. How bad is Massachusetts? Can you give me some context? Do they hate the gays or love the gays?
Well, from the way this is
it's
sounding, it
really
sounds like
fun.
they love the gays.
Yeah, it's one of the bluer states that we have.
Okay, fair
Yeah,
enough.
I feel like it must have been like the first place. Maybe I'm wrong, but
What year do we want to try now? Do you anyone else want to just pick a random
2016.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah,
Did
anything happen in those years?
it only goes up to 2013.
Oh yeah. They gave up. They were like, nothing good's happening anymore.
Should we go 2013?
Yeah, take us to 2013.
No, it's
End of the road.
How did they do 2013 considering 2012 was the end of the world?
That's actually such a true point,
dude. So you know what's fucking crazy? I beat Assassin's Creed 3 on December 21st, 2021, and they fucking tie that game into the end of the world ending on December 21st, like
That's
conspiracy.
crazy.
And I was like, the fucking Matrix, it's happening. The world is actually going to end like 5 hours from now.
That's when you reread the timeline. Whenever you completed the game, and the world was like,
you actually saved us all.
Because the game had been out for like a year and a half at that point.
Yeah,
and so the fact that I just randomly
but
beat
everyone who
on-
played Assassin's Creed 3 was
What
like,
the
fuck, I'm not finishing that.
You're the only one that got that ending, just so you know.
Yeah. No one else finished Assassin's Creed 3. So
I will say 2013 is a very bad year. It starts with Boston Marathon bombing.
yo, let's go.
USA Prism leaks. Don't know what that is.
Yo, USA is taking a big L this year so far.
Yeah. USA Target security breach. It seems like USA just had a massive 3 L's. It's the 3 biggest things. Then India go to Mars. Woo.
Yo,
The United States government.
Wait, what do you mean?
reopens.
What the fuck do you mean India go to Mars?
they send a rover or some shit. I don't know.
India is like the second or third best space program.
But India goes to Mars. That just means they sent a robot up there. That's not going to Mars.
No, the whole country went. What the fuck are you talking about?
I forgot that in 2013 the entirety of India emigrated to Mars.
I haven't heard about them since. That's all I'm saying.
That's so true.
Thankfully, the Brits making tikka masala for us to carry on their legacy.
The only people who stayed behind were the ones that stay in call centers and scam.
That's mainly in the Philippines, FYI. But that's fair. The US government reopens, apparently, agreeing a last-minute deal. It gives context. I don't really care.
Yeah.
The
just shut down
really
'cause
just said,
it's
yeah, we're
like some
closed.
sort of budget thing.
Yeah.
And they're like, we can't afford to pay our workers, so you just shut down the government.
You're pissed.
Joe Obama is inaugurated for his second term.
Joe
Bob.
Yep.
Lance Armstrong admits to doping.
Let's go.
Let's go. Anti-government protests in Turkey. Fucking government, am I right?
Yeah, but I don't know how that ended, so that might be an L.
Yeah, for the government. North Korea continues missiles as nuclear tests. Like, whoa. Apparently, a tornado hits Oklahoma. Sure. Who asked?
Let's go.
Can I just appreciate? There's one that just says Pakistan, but doesn't actually tell you what it is. It just says Pakistan. An elected government completed a full term. And not including France. Italy got a little tiny earthquake. A huge explosion of ammonium nitrate took place in West Texas near Waco.
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 Whacker.
Fucking
Wacko.
Wacko from the Animaniacs.
Yeah, the Animaniac. He fucking took one hard.
That's cringe. Hey, what a blast of the past, eh?
Yeah. I love history.
Am I gonna toaster bath? Is that gonna send?
More like herstory.
Bet.
Am I right?
More like herstory.
No, you want to talk about this?
Yeah, wait, since we're on Pride, the New York Police Department hired a gay artist to like rebrand their cop cars, which is very cute, very fun, right? Happy Pride Month. And then underneath where it says Happy Pride Month, it says all colors are beautiful, which definitely isn't an acronym for anything else.
Nope.
How
Nope.
fucking dumb do you have to be to sign off on that and not realize?
So stupid. Don't get me
It's
wrong.
so funny.
The car looked
It
cute
is, it's
AF.
fucking flames.
The car be looking cute AF, but that's also fire. And the best thing
It's
as
so
well,
funny.
I don't know if I sent you the actual tweet or if I just sent you the image whenever I sent it originally. It was tweeted out by like head of like fucking department of some county or whatever, like some police officer. I'm like, oh, you silly man. This is the
You
first
silly
time you're
man.
going to hear about this because all the top comments are just like, hey, cab. Oh, I can't believe.
Yeah.
Like, don't get me wrong.
Shout out whatever artist submitted this.
Yeah,
Whatever
shout out to
awesome
them.
Gamer.
At the same time, though, a lovely message still. I think, but it's the fact that it's so well done that they could just read that and go, "That's really good, thanks."
Good.
And they're like, Hey,
This
cab."
year's been kind of funny, yeah. This year's been kind of funny for the sort of like the conservative L's around Pride, and although a little bit before as well, because there was the whole Bud Light thing, which was just hilarious.
See, if it had happened in June, that wouldn't have caused nearly the outrage. But because something gay related happened outside of June, they were like, "No."
Yeah.
You have your month.
Yeah,
Stay there.
Does anyone know the person that it was like all around?
Dylan Mulvaney.
That's it. Because yeah,
Is it Pokemon?
Because Bud Light
Yeah.
Bud Light sent her right pronoun.
Yes, they sent
Yeah.
her a one of one like bottle with her face on it for
Yeah.
some fucking thing,
Just
and then they were like,
promotional, like thing, just
"Putting
sending it to
tranny semen in the Bud Light that's gonna make you gay."
Yeah,
like,
and
conservatives,
and
shut
there were
the
well,
fuck up. You guys
like
are so
the
dumb.
like obviously like, I'm sure there were some that went that far, but like the main like message from conservatives were like, I don't want a trans person on my cans of Bud Light, and it's like that literally was never a thing.
Yes,
Like they didn't put a picture of a trans person on a Bud Light can, and then they all switched over to Cause, like on big like TikTok videos, and Cause is like actually done like loads more stuff for the LGBT community than
yeah, like one of the
than
things
Bud
that
Light
was like
has.
just like showing all of like the pro LGBT campaigns that like pretty much every beer company has done.
Yeah,
It's like,
pretty much
good
every
luck,
beer
fuckers.
company and every like truck and like vehicle company have done it. Like everything that like all Americans are like, yeah, I love the LGBT, liquor, booze, guns and trucks. All of those guys, they all like do pride stuff because it's profitable, so they do it.
I'm
but-
sure
but,
there's
like,
profitable
but-
to it.
but Cause-
tweeted out "Yes, car," and that shit was hilarious.
But yeah, Cause actually did positive things in terms of its hiring of LGBT people and like actively made strides like earlier than a lot of people, like early adopters of that sort of thing. So
That
like
they're
so like they were
woke
actually
shit, am I
actively
right?
one of but they were actively one of the woke companies. But yeah, now everyone's going, Bud Light gave a can to a transgender person, I'm gonna start drinking Cause. And also like they're all like saying like this is kind of just repeating like some of the stuff that like Hassan said, but like they were literally going on TikTok and just outing themselves for drinking like the worst fucking shit and saying I'm gonna drink even worse shit. Like
Yeah, I don't know. It just confuses me why they care. To be honest, that's actually my main takeaway from it. Why the fuck do you care? Why does it matter? Like, it's not like that they're being like you got to drink it and you got to be gay. Like, if you drink it, you're gay. Like, that's
yeah.
I will say, when I was at Vampire Prom, I did specifically order a Bud Light because I was like, you know what, might as well.
Yeah,
Yeah,
to be clear, the I've just looked it up now. So the Bud Light thing was they sent the can to Dylan Mulvaney because it was 365 days of Dylan, like I don't know if it's like being a female in terms of legality or whatever.
I thought you were gonna
like,
say
the year of that.
65 days of being on HRT, I think.
Yeah.
For some reason, I thought you were gonna say sobriety, and I was like, that's a bad move from them.
Yes, it was like That would be fire, though. You find like a famous like celebrity that like fell off the wagon, and you send them that like year of sobriety. That's actually flames. That's what they should have done.
Yeah, they would love that. Get back to the beer, boy.
But yeah, it's just like a marketing thing to be like, oh shit, a bunch of eyes are going to be on Dylan Mulvaney's 365th day of HRT because they're a prominent figure of the trans community. Let's send a product so then we get a free advert out of it.
Hmm.
So
and
like,
then
it's just
ended
like,
with the biggest PR shitstorm that
Yeah.
anyone's ever received.
But the
Although,
problem is, you say
I
bad. It's not even bad PR. It's bad
Yeah.
people being hateful. Like, it's different when you do something so horribly bad. What they did was honestly just a nice, innocent jest. Yeah, it's a PR move, but it's like harmless, really.
oh yeah.
But it's the people that are just filled with so much unnecessary hate that have went.
Yeah,
This is a disgrace.
what they did was cute. It was like, let's send a free can of Bud Light, like cheering on Dylan's like HRT stuff that she's been doing, and like a nice little thing being like, cheers to free and like have a drink on us sort of thing. Like it was a nice sort of sentiment, and then yeah, like just American people are just like, fuck no.
It's I actually just can't understand it. No, sorry, I can understand it. I just don't get it.
I remember I saw one where it was like saying like, what's next? All of these guys are going to be going around with chapsticks and stuff like that, and it's like, bro,
What?
what's gay about chapsticks? Like,
It's
and
good for
then
your
it was,
lips.
and then it was like, well, what's the downside of having like, why would you not want to have good lips? And it's like, what are you using them lips for, boy? You're getting those lips nice
bitch.
The only reason you would want pervert lips is for sucking cock, and I know. I mean, I don't know. I only like the boys that have nice lips.
I really don't. I just don't understand. I don't know why people care so much. And I'll say it every single time. I'm like, what is it? What does it really affect? It doesn't affect you at all. No one's telling you what to do. Like whenever they support any cause, they're not saying that you have to, right?
Yeah,
And
I'm
they're
sure
not
a lot
saying-
of it is just like transphobia and homophobia, but like so much of it just screams like internalized.
Yeah.
Like so much of it just comes across as like they are gay and don't want to accept it.
Did you see? What's his fucking name? Is it Nick Merckx? No, what's it? Oh, I don't want to say the wrong person. I should really look it up just to be sure. But one of the fucking phase guys, what they
I
tweeted
say
out
Nick
recently.
Merckx is on some anti-trans shit lately on Twitter.
That's exactly what I was going to talk about. So yeah, it is Nick Merckx.
Yeah.
Literally one of the worst things I've ever seen. It's crazy.
It's because Nick Merckx really likes Bud Light.
There maybe Z, you have more context on this. There was like a bunch of.
I've only seen Vale replying to him.
I just mean
Yeah,
what I'm not in terms
only
of
able to see
what he
the
said.
response to the backlash of his tweet.
Yeah, no, but I'm talking about the actual original tweet that he replied to, which was riot of. It was like people. There was a LGBTQ plus riot, not riot protest.
Anti-LGBT protesters attack pro-LGBT demonstrators
the one.
outside of Glendale, California school board meeting. The school board is voting on recognizing June as Pride Month. This happened 4 blocks from my Overwatch League apartment. Americans are in a sad place right now. Let people love who they love and live your own life. Then FaZe Nick Merckx said, they should leave little children alone. That's the real issue.
Do you know that the reason I want to talk about that, because you were talking about the internalizing thing.
Mm-hmm.
See, when they're like,
Nick
oh,
Merckx is gay.
no, nothing to do with gay. It's not Nick Merckx in particular, but people who use that comment and be like, oh, they're fucking kids, whatever. Excluding Philip Schofield, a lot of them are actually just old rich men, like an Epstein or whatever. It's almost as if the generic straight rich white man are all the fucking pedophiles.
Well, there's so many times where it's like people who like the problem is that they don't want their kids indoctrinating with all this pro-LGBT stuff because they want to indoctrinate their kids into thinking it's wrong. Like that's
and then they try to justify it. They try to justify it by saying that they're fucking kids, right? And let's be honest, I can't say that for everyone, but like the majority of people aren't. And if anything, the percentages of the amount of straight people fucking kids is probably way higher. If you go by utter percentage.
I literally don't know what the percentages of that would be, and I am never looking that up.
Neither am I. But what I'm saying is the amount of rich people that get caught doing this shit,
Oh
and the
yeah,
amount
like,
and all that kind of stuff. I'm not saying that non-straight people can't be rich, but that's just generally how the world works. And I don't know I just don't know what it is. I don't know why they default that argument when there's literally like Epstein in his fucking island, and they're like,
yeah.
"Oh, the U.S. government killed him" or whatever. It's like he was a fucking
Well, like,
pedophile. He was an alleged pedophile. He was a fucking nonce.
Yeah.
And they're all like, "Oh, it's a bad. Why'd they kill him?" I was like, "Big man's a nonce. If he was out in the street, he used to see if he was like some normal person, you'd be asking for his head to get chopped off because that's what people do on the internet."
Yeah,
But
well, and loads of
just-
them are like Christians as well, and they're all like, "Oh, these drag queens are teaching like these sex things to our kids," and it's like, yeah, well, if you take them out of there and then send them to Sunday school, they're gonna get touched up by the priest anyway. So
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. It's
That's
I
what
don't
I was
understand.
going to get to. Like, people are upset about like drag queens and stuff when it's like 90% of the time when it comes out, it's like, oh, it was a priest, it was a fucking
Yeah.
like, you know,
Someone in a position of power of some sort a lot of the time as well.
yeah, or like the ones who have like famously been touching kids. But also, I wanted to make a comment on something Curly said. It's like, ah, yes, the two sexualities, gay and rich.
You know, I didn't mean it like that, but like,
go gay, go broke. That's the.
You know, I didn't mean it like that, but I mean, like the majority of rich people are probably straight. I also don't know the
Yeah,
stats on that.
it's like
but,
the major demographic of rich people is straight white men. So
yeah, I can be confident now without knowing the stats, but I don't know the actual stats.
yeah,
I'm gonna be confident in everything I say today, even though I don't know the
Are
stats.
googling why gay people are poor?
Why aren't there gay rich people?
all these gay people need to start being more
Sex
straight
literally
passing
doesn't
to get
exist.
more money. That's the...
But yeah, that rant over. I guess on that we can swiftly move on because we could talk forever about how cringe they are. You know what else is kind of cringe?
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay, that's where we're going with this.
I mean, to be
Mhm.
fair, that is the only one on the list of things that is also cringe.
I thought you were gonna say like Yu-Gi-Oh or Z in general is cringe.
Oh well,
Yu-Gi-Oh
to be
even
fair,
on
it's
our
cringe.
list? Where?
It
Yeah.
is.
Okay.
But yeah, I guess we could briefly touch on the Twitch thing. I don't really want to talk too much about it completely, but like the TLDR, Twitch were like, "Yo, you can't do advertising as efficiently anymore, and we want to control all your revenue streams. And here's a whole bunch of niche rules that you have to follow." And everyone went, "Yo, that's cringe. I can't do any of my big events if I can't play videos of ads externally to the Twitch ads." And they went,
You basically can't do anything.
"Oh,
Like,
you're right." And then instantly backtracked. Literally, I think it was 19 hours later, exactly. They backtracked it all and went, "Hey, we didn't really think about it." I'm like, "Yeah, you did make all these cute little animations and pictures."
They were like super cringe. Like, we would never try to come between you and your bag. It's like, yes, you would.
it's like
What do you mean?
that's literally what you did in the last decision you made that you didn't backtrack, and it's what you were trying to do here, but you got way too much backlash.
The thing I want to talk about is what Twitch could do to like fix it. Say that these rules did come in. I think they needed to do things before they made those rules to make it viable for those rules to exist, and they currently don't have it.
Yeah, well, if there was an active way for streamers to just get like, you know, like what was it, the bounties, Twitch bounties?
Yeah,
Like
but
if that
that's-
was available to everyone, and if because Twitch bounties are official Twitch things, aren't they?
yeah,
Yeah, but they're not available to every partner streamer.
yeah. So it stands to that it took them over 2 years to get a bounty board.
Yeah. So bounty board stuff, like if that was more accessible, and if there was other things on there other than playing games, like talk about HelloFresh for a stream or something like that, then that'd be like more fair. But yeah, it's literally taking the possibility of making streaming a job like away from people.
Joe, like Stan's pointed out, or a few other people pointed out as well. It nearly felt like just an attack on external companies like Stream Elements and the Streamlabs and stuff who provide sponsorship opportunities. It almost felt like a threat to be like, "Hey, you can't do this shit anymore because we want to do it, but we're not going to do it yet. But this is what we're maybe going to do."
That's the thing. It's like they didn't want to put down the framework to then take it over. They just wanted to take it over and maybe put down the framework. We don't even know because that's only speculation anyway. Is that they had something planned? They might have just gone, "Fuck you, nothing."
Well, because like a lot of it is like even like the big Twitch run events have like those banner ads and those baked in ads or whatever. And so it's not necessarily that they didn't want that type of content on Twitch. It's that they wanted to have a cut of whatever comes through.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they have almost no way to facilitate that for the 99% of the streamers that aren't like the biggest ones.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like
and then I don't know
like-
if you guys saw the Mogul Mail, but like YouTube does have a similar content situation in place in terms of its videos. Like you're not meant to have like the pre-baked like here's a Surfshark ad in the middle of my video. Like you're not meant to have that. They just have that in place in case there's something that breaks like the rules in another way, but they can't quite get around it except for having this rule in place. So it could have been that Twitch was hoping to have it but not use it, sort of thing, but have it as a safety net. But that's just, you know, I feel like that's putting too much like freedom into Twitch to just say, let's just give all the power to them. I think people did the right thing to stand up and say, nah, we'll go.
Yeah. They're literally doing everything. Like the way I seen it was they went, here, we're going to restrict you extremely, but give you no alternative, which is crazy. If they had the same time, I'm not justifying their decision. At the same time,
they
went
rid of outside stream sponsorships, but then also we're going to reveal our new program where everyone who's a partner gets bounty boards.
Or affiliate.
Even that's not good because affiliates need something as well, because otherwise there's no way of becoming an affiliate, like getting from affiliate to partner, really. Because there's like I'm sure there are some, but I imagine it's quite hard to go from being like the higher level affiliate to partner without making streaming your full-time like thing.
Yeah, there's even some like massive streamers that aren't technically on partners yet because they what's the word I'm looking for? Teeter the line with Twitch, and they aren't exactly fans of them. I'm fairly sure. I think is it like because like at the time, maybe it's changed now, but I'm pretty sure Peach Jars isn't a Twitch partner, but gets like 2K like views at a time. But like they just don't. She's been rejected like 6 times.
That's crazy.
Yeah, but I assume it's because they just don't like.
But no,
what she does, I guess. I don't know.
I know Ninja specifically isn't partnered on Twitch, so he can simul stream on other things, which is also something that got updated with the new TOS updates.
Yeah, I know.
Because originally it was just like as long as you aren't partnered, you can simul stream, but they updated it like you can no longer simul stream and in general.
Yeah.
It used to be, I think it was anything bar YouTube basically. And
you could do like vertical. Yeah, you could. So you could do TikTok and Instagram. Because they didn't see them as competition to Twitch.
Yeah, because I remember whenever I started, I think Ninja did did a TikTok and Twitch stream at the same time, and it was the weirdest thing I've ever seen. But
that's like what he does all the time now. Is he is always streaming on all 4 websites at the same time.
Fair. I'm not a child, so I have no interest in what Ninja does.
I didn't really know about this because he made a video getting freaked out about it, and I think Philip DeFranco covered it or some shit like that.
Fair. But one of the other weird things they added is that if you want to end your contract, you have to pay for it.
Yeah.
$25 to break your affiliate.
Yeah, it's such a small amount. I'm like, what the fuck?
$25 to break your affiliate or partner contract. Or not partner, affiliate at least. Maybe not partner.
Wait, does it mean to like break it and like no longer have it?
Yeah, so if you don't agree with the terms of service, like say you sign on now, or like it's in theory they released it and you signed and agreed to it, and then you wanted to do something that technically breaks a TOS, so you're like, I'm gonna leave, and you reach out to Twitch and go, I'm not gonna do this anymore, they would charge you to admin fees, I guess is what they could justify it as, because they would probably have to manually go in and click a button.
And then if you said, fuck no, I'm not paying that, I'm just not going to follow the terms of the contract anymore, they'd be like, right, see you in court, asshole.
I doubt it, but they wouldn't actually probably take you to court, but they'd probably just be like, we're going to maybe do it. Yeah. It was honestly the most brain dead thing I've ever seen.
Your Honor, XQC did not do his streaming hours this month, and then he also went on Kick for a stream.
$25 XQC.
And then the judge is just like, what the fuck is this?
He didn't actually do the agreed 40 hours. He only did 38.9.
Jesse, what the fuck are you talking about?
I actually watched the whole Breaking Bad in the past week.
It's good, isn't it?
Yeah, it is good. It's really good. Started watching Better Call Saul in season 2.
I have not seen Better Call Saul. I don't know why. Something about the first episode really put me off from wanting to watch the show. but I want to nut up and rewatch it.
Hey, spoilers for Breaking Bad, but I couldn't believe, like, I didn't understand when the first episode of Better Call Saul took place.
Oh, okay.
Because whenever, like, I was like, I forgot that his name is Jimmy and not Saul, because he mentions it like twice, I think, in the whole thing. And then whenever Mike, whatever his name is, what's his name?
Yeah, Mike.
Yeah, is like in the thing, and he comes through. I'm like, how is he alive? There's no way he's alive. And
Spoilers.
Yeah, that's why I said spoilers.
You mean, how did he get back from Belize? Is what you meant.
Yeah, how did he get back from Belize? Yeah, I was like, oh my god, how's he alive? Oh my god, holy shit, Jimmy's his new name, and then like 2 minutes later, I was like, oh wait, no, it's the past.
Have you seen the prequel animated show?
Fuck off. What?
What? No, have you not seen it? Slippin' Jimmy.
Wait, did they actually make it?
Yeah.
You sounds like you're baiting me because he's smiling way too hard.
I also have no idea. I also just like we're getting baited.
No, it's real. I'll send a picture.
Whatever it is, it's not gonna be real.
It's 100% real.
Okay, I guess we'll win. No.
It literally is real. It's real.
No. Serious? No. I'm gonna put on.
I refuse.
No. What is it? Fucking Big Mouth? Like, what the fuck is this?
It does kind of look like Big Mouth.
I hate this. This better not be real. You lying to me?
It's real.
He's lying eagle to you.
Did you just make this on Photoshop?
I'm straight truthing. This is real.
Oh, it's horrible.
Straight truth, man.
Although apparently it's trash, but
shocker. Crazy.
Yeah. Yeah,
By the makers of Big Mouth.
Yeah, shocker. The thing from the makers of Big Mouth is shit.
What's the other? Human Resources, whatever the fuck it's called, which is actually just the Big Mouth, or the Big Mouth like spin-off, which apparently exists.
Yeah, honestly better because it's Big Mouth without children in it. So
yeah, I actually just realized season 2 comes out today of Human Resources, so you better get excited.
Oh fuck yeah! Ready for the binge watch.
You know what else
there was 6 episodes of Slippin' Jimmy in May 2022. It came out.
I hate this.
I hate it too.
About Jimmy is a sly young slickster trying to make it through the Catholic school without landing himself and his best pal Marco in detention again.
But he gets nonced.
Yeah, it took a real dark turn in episode.
I'm looking at this and it says people
He's just
also
slipped on the wrong priest.
On Google it says people also looked for Better Call Saul, Breaking Bad, The Loud House. It's like why are people also looking for like a kids animated show alongside this?
Yeah, that's mad. That's mad. Yeah, I was gonna say something, but I can't think of anything else. Great. See, I heard you're worth loads of money. How rich are you now?
Speaking of a children's animated show,
speaking of a sly slickster.
I specifically didn't stream last Friday because I went to a big fancy cash Yu-Gi-Oh tournament, where the prize pool was $240. Ooh. And I have famously been playing this meme deck at locals for like the last month or so. And then I show up and literally as I'm sitting there like
in it.
Yep, my favorite Yu-Gi-Oh card, Regigigas.
That's why it's a meme deck. It's because it's got the creator in it.
But as I'm like getting my deck together, some dude from across the fucking room is like, "God damn it, I don't want to play against Codaris," which is like the meme card that I play. He's like, "I'm not trying to play against Codaris." I'm like, "Excellent." They don't know because I wanted to win money, so I didn't play the meme deck, and instead I built a real deck. And then I fucking won the whole tournament. Surprise, surprise. And I played against the guy who said he didn't want to play against me round 2.
I was just like chilling, and Z just posted. We have our like Yu-Gi-Oh chat, which also just had a message, while we were talking.
Yeah, Legit posted his Yu-Gi-Oh handbook,
which is crazy cool. To be fair, he was just like, "Got money, let's go." It wasn't that exactly. I can't remember what the fuck he said, but I was like, "This is great. This is great." Or I see it on Twitter. I can't even remember where it was, but I was like,
I posted it in my Discord, in the general of my Discord.
Oh, that's where it was. And then
'Cause
I
I
messaged
was
you, being like, I must
sorry,
know.
I was like, sorry guys, no stream. I'm playing Yu-Gi-Oh. And they're like, it better be, or it's like, you better win. I was like, well, I fucking did. So eat shit. Yeah. So we got $150. Woo.
Let's go.
Ooh. That number feels
And
like it's
then
went down. It's a tax. You avoiding tax here?
so no, so the whole prize pool is 240. I got 150. Second
okay.
place got like 50, I think, and then third and fourth got 20 each.
And they got a
shit like
tournament pack.
Man, then I went to locals on Sunday, and I did play the meme deck that time. And I went fucking 0-4, lost every single match I played.
Oh, it should be.
And I found a fucking nice meme image. I was like, I regret to inform you that they've euthanized that dog in me. It was funny because round 3, after having already lost 2 rounds, I faced the guy I faced in finals of the cash tournament. I was like, oh yes, fancy meeting us down here. So it was pretty fun. But yeah, so I'm officially not washed at Yu-Gi-Oh! When we hit 2010 in our progression series, prepare to get shit on week after week.
Oh yeah,
I'm a god.
I'm not gonna know half of the cards. I'm like, I'm praying a Starless Dragon is the only card I know that's good.
Starless Dragon is good.
I seen it in the anime.
It's like actually like the only anime card that like saw like a ton of play. I guess Utopia sees play a little bit when XYZs first come out, but he doesn't stick around.
Lanny goes, I
Whereas,
have no
like,
idea what we're talking about.
No. Yeah, can we talk about Tears of the Kingdom?
Yeah, I was gonna say, no, you guys get to do that to me.
So yeah, Tears of the Kingdom kind of goated.
Yeah,
I'm actually gonna
about
drink a water while you guys do this. Have fun.
But yeah, it's like so good. Like, did you play Breath of the Wild, Kelly?
Not very much.
Not very much.
I literally got off the Great Plateau, did like 2 shrines, and got like didn't understand how the game worked. Kept getting hit by lightning and rage quit. They didn't understand that like having metal on made it attracted to me. So like I was like trying to outrun.
He actually just left for the
yeah. Also, what a fire chair, just a fucking fold up camping chair.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah, I did not play much Breath of the Wild.
Yo, if you watch this part in the comments, say that Z was looking like shit today.
Don't, you'll cry. But yeah, Kingdom.
Z should have put his head in the microwave.
What was your point on Breath of the Wild?
It's just that like I just wanted to know if you like played it and then like liked a lot of the similar stuff in Tears of the Kingdom, or if
I love the new abilities, the like grab. I don't even really know the names. The ascend, the hand, the rewind.
Yeah,
I think there's so much better than the ones from Breath of the Wild.
Yeah, because grab your hand is like magnet, but with everything, which is like it's just like better magnet.
Better.
Yeah.
The bomb one, I always ended up blowing myself up with because I'm an idiot.
I do really miss having bombs on command rather than having to find them.
I don't hate it. But to be fair, it's not
the only like real ability I miss is the one from the base game where it was like it just sent you like really high up into the air, and then you could start gliding. Like I do miss that one. Like it basically like did like the towers do, but you could do it from anywhere on the map.
I don't think I got that far.
No, it was like do you know how well Z's not here so we can't really spoil it, but like how you get the sage abilities.
Yeah.
It was like that in the other game.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I didn't get that far.
Like there was 4 of those kind of abilities.
Yeah, I don't know. Breath of the Wild I just couldn't get into it because I just didn't have the skill. But now that I was like, I'm gonna play Tears of the Kingdom, I'm gonna have fun with it.
Yeah.
And like the start of it, like the first thing that I commented on was like, you're obviously on the equivalent of the Great Plateau, the sky time. What is it? The Time Temple or Temple of Time in the sky?
Yeah, it's where the Temple of Time is. It's just like it's just I think it's just called like the one of the sky plateaus.
Yeah, and then you go off on the little bird like thing.
Yeah,
and you're like, whoa! But then the first thing I thought was, now that I have the like power, like all the other stuff that I've seen, like they show you like going up on the balloons and stuff. I'm like, why the fuck would I ever use this? Like, it's so hard to control. But this is before I realized you can literally just get the fucking steering wheel that
Yeah.
just let you turn. But in
The
my head, I
steering
was
wheel
like,
is it's
so
like
good.
it's like an entire new game after you just like fly
Yeah,
around on a few things without like control, and then you just like, oh, now I can control it, and it's like
yeah, it
I
saves
don't
your
know
life.
how they programmed it, but like it just sort of seamlessly works with any vehicle, any sort of
Mhm.
like setup or anything. Like you can just control the vehicles perfectly.
And the fact that it turns everything on, so you don't have to fucking hit something,
Yes.
is
Yeah.
just great. And maybe I missed a button, but you'd always have to like hit it and then fly up in the air.
No,
Maybe you'd have to like,
I think that's true. I think you have to hit. I don't think there's an interact button.
yeah.
You can do it like at range with an arrow or something. So there is like uses to it.
But just being able to
Um,
jump on it and go is just,
yeah, it's so good. Like imagine you had to like, because if you do accidentally hit your vehicle before you get on it, you do have to chase after your vehicle and get back on it. But
yeah.
like, imagine if you had to do that every time, no one would ever use the
The
vehicle.
the
So
worst
yeah,
thing was I was in the desert, right? And
yeah.
so I made like, got the sled, got a little fan on it, got a little control on it, was like yum yum yum, and then went up up a hill, got off to like pick up some items. It just fucked off. It just flew the whole way down the hill again, and I was just like,
Yeah.
oh, oh, I had to run after it now. Instead, I was like, you know what, I'm gonna use the other ability and just spend 7 Zeronite or Zonite or
Oh
whatever that is, and
the
get
like
it again.
the pre-builder one. That's so good as well. The fact that they can save the things you've built.
You know, I played 50 hours before I got that.
Nice.
Because I hated the underground areas so much that I didn't go into it
I
for
love
so
the
long.
underground area. Like it's actually crazy how big the underground area is, considering they like never told you about it in like the trailers and stuff.
Yeah, the reason I didn't like it was because I didn't have that many hearts for a lot of the game. Because
Right.
I just like was just running around like doing shit, and then the minute you lose like 1 or 2, you're like,
Yeah,
well, I'm
you're
just in
there
one
on
hit
half
range.
health. You're like,
Yeah,
oh.
I'm like, well, I'm just dead. So I just never
Yeah.
went down because it was just too scary.
Yeah.
And I
But
also have fuck
so
all
far it's
arrows.
really good. Like, yeah, I still sometimes struggle with arrows, like having them. Like it's very easy. Like I can just go to a town and buy them. Like I've got like loads of
But
money now.
you can't. Yeah, but you can't
But
buy that many. Like
no, it's annoying that you can't just be like, give me 1,000 arrows. You
yeah.
have to be like, fine, give me 30 arrows, and then I have to go to a different town to then buy 30 arrows, and then go to a different
Mhm.
town and then buy 30 arrows.
Yeah, and while I'm here, I'll buy 1 mushroom that you have available. Thanks.
Yeah, yeah, I always just check my inventory and see, right, I've got 0 of that in my inventory, so let's get some more of those while I'm here.
Yeah, like I like the way it works. I like the whole everything about the game has just been really fun. I just enjoy it a lot.
Yeah,
But I know there's
did
so
have a
much I
problem with
haven't
the
done.
old game with like the fact that there was a lot of like nothingness, whereas like I don't feel that when I explore in Tears of the Kingdom.
Yeah, I feel like
Like
there's
every time I
always
go
something to
somewhere,
go.
like there's always like every like hill or ridge I go over, there's like a camp of monsters, or there's a Korok, or
Or
there's
a little guy getting attacked, or like
yeah, a
something.
guy getting attacked, or there's someone selling something, or there's the guy with a sign.
Oh yeah, oh there's one of those little
Um,
rabbits that's like, oh, there's a cave
yeah, that
nearby.
shows you where a cave is. There's all these little things. I think that's like a big thing as well. Is the caves that's added so much to the game because they just weren't
Mhm.
there before. So every one of those big mountains and hills that there's a nice cave inside were just empty blank things.
And the best thing about it is how easy it is to get out of them.
Yeah,
Because like the like annoying thing about a lot of those kind of games, this happens in World of Warcraft a lot as well, where like you'll go the whole way to the back of the cave to get the item or to get the thingy to kill or whatever, and then you got to walk the whole way back out again.
yeah,
But now
yeah.
you're
So
just
you
like
can
ascend.
either just ascend out or you can teleport if you're going somewhere nearby or whatever. And I like the fact that the cave like it tells you when you've got the thing from inside it.
Yes, that's so good.
So you'll never have to go in that cave again if you know you've got everything from it.
Mhm.
There's so many of these like little things where it's like, oh, that's just so good. Like even like opening a chest when you've got like a full array of weapons, it gives you the option to choose
Drop
one to swap
something.
it out. And
Yes.
that wasn't in the old game, and
Was
like
it
that's
not?
just
That would
so
be so
good.
annoying.
No, that it's such a good change. You'd have to like quit out, not be able to get the thing out of the chest, drop something, then pick it up. The only
Hmm.
thing I do wish, I wish there was a like when you're hovering over it, like when you're going over an item and you've got a full set of weapons, if it gave you a button to swap rather than like having to drop and everything. But that's the only slight thing with that one.
Nah, it's not a big issue.
Yeah,
The
it still
game's
doesn't
just
take long
great.
to swap your weapons.
I didn't think I'd
Um,
like it as much as I did, because I didn't really enjoy Breath of the Wild that much. I was like, I'll play it, and the fact that like I felt the problem with me for Breath of the Wild was that it took me so long to get anywhere.
Yeah, but that was part of the thing was like I said about the ability where you glide up and then you can glide. That like basically makes the game playable. Like until that point, it's like so tedious to get anywhere. Like you don't have the stamina to climb anything. There's no other way of getting around a load of stuff.
Yeah,
Like
and I
just
felt like
you just feel so trapped. Whereas in this game, it's like there's just so much more to it. Like the building mechanic, I don't know if you've ever made it, but if you just attach 2 fans to one of those control sticks, you just have a flying machine.
I've seen it, but I haven't done it.
Yeah, I like that's just like auto locked in, and like that's so good for exploring the depths because do you know there's like those little like stations where there's a few like bits of building materials.
Yes, it got everything exactly you need for that.
Yeah, it's always got 2 fans in a control thing. So if you've not got one, you can always just build one there.
Yeah, I think
And
even
then it just makes exploring that so much easier.
Like one of the first things I did was just unlock all of the towers, all the sky towers, and the fact that you can almost get from tower to tower just by jumping up on one of the towers.
Oh, it's so good. It makes you feel like you're really exploring well with and it's like it is your choice if you want to do that or if you want to explore other things. And then like everything is just so much more fleshed out. Like every time you go to a stable, there's like a lot of the time there's the guy from the newspaper. So there's a quest there relating to that. A lot of them have the fairies. Then rather than because in the original game they were just out in the wilderness and you just give them money to open them, whereas now it's a quest. So there's like a lot more based around that. So like everything you go and do, there's like more to do there. Everything's more fleshed out. Yeah, like going from place to place, you'll always find something to do. Places are given a lot more depth from the original game. I like the fact that the place where the Great Plateau where you start in the first game is now a place that has a lot of high level enemies. Like it's a sort of flip on its head.
And it's got like a mad convoluted quest.
Yeah.
Which I may or may not have Googled.
And yeah, there's a few like in-depth quests. There's big encampments of like enemies where you get like a big health bar that's like of the entire like area, and then that goes down. Those are cool. There was in the old game there was the boss monsters, but they feel like there's more like they're more sort of strategically placed now around all the other things that have been added. Yeah, like there's just so many more like side quests that sort of lead into more side quests and things like that. It's just a much more fleshed out experience.
Yeah, like something I'm not gonna spoil it because he didn't want any spoilers, but there was a thing I was telling you before we started recording that literally like if you went to the effort of doing that one like sort of side mission, you can literally just get a massive crazy reward before I guess you're supposed to get it. If you went that way to do it.
There's so much of it that if you just explore, you can do out of like out of sequence. There's an area that is shrouded by like thunder and lightning. You can go there. It's just extremely difficult to do anything there because it's like not properly accessible. But nothing is like locked off. You can do the game completely out of sequence if you really wish.
I have went there once and left because it was pissing me off.
And same thing that a lot of people liked in Breath of the Wild was the fact that you could go and instantly fight like the Calamity Ganon at the end. I don't think it's quite as quick, but you can go and do the final boss fight very quickly in this one as well.
The speed run's like an hour and 12 or something.
Yeah, I think the problem is that the starting area hasn't been solved. Like the Great Plateau like got solved, so that was done super quickly. Whereas like the Sky Island, I think is the majority.
There's a few cool strats for it.
My laptop is dying, so I have to fucking move in here.
I saw you do like an oh fuck like on the mic.
One thing I guess to end the Tears of the Kingdom chat, is there one thing that's really frustrated you that you had to Google?
That I had to Google.
Mine's really trivial.
Must have been something. Go for yours. It might be the same.
One of the towers. There's a guy outside of it who's like, "Oh, in the nearby caves, there's mushrooms I really like." And I was like, he's like, "I'm low in energy or whatever." I was like, "I gotta get him some mushrooms." He wants some mushrooms, and then he'll open the door for me.
Right.
You know how long I went getting every fucking mushroom in the game and putting them in front of him, and I cooked meals in front of him. I talked to him with every fucking meal in my inventory. Then I googled it, and it was like, you go into this one specific room and use a send and move a stick.
Yeah, no, that exact. I had a problem with that exact tower. I think that tower is a little bit cringe.
It's annoying that he's like, "Oh, the door's stuck." mushroom, yummy, yummy. And you're like, okay,
Yeah,
mushroom,
but the actual
mushroom.
thing was like, I like the mushroom from this cave, so you would go
Yeah.
in the cave. Like that's meant to be how you like take it, but yeah.
The
Like
logic was to
I
get you in the
explored that
cave.
cave and I was like, what the fuck is this? Like I explored the cave and was like, well, now what the fuck?
It's got like a whole
But
bunch
then
of
it's
rocks
like,
you can break. I broke every single rock and was like, there must be
yeah.
something I'm missing. I
And
shot
it's
the
like,
thing
no,
inside it and it was like,
you've got to like stand on a platform in the middle of the water and then do ascend, and it's like this is bullshit. Like,
yeah, don't. And I'm like going in there and I'm like sleeping so I can get more mushrooms. I'm like, all right, let's go back in and get more mushrooms.
resetting to get all the mushrooms.
Yeah, and then I'm like, how many mushrooms does Big Man want? I've got
Yeah.
20 and I've cooked them into meals. And wait, it's not. This is the only mushroom that grows around here, man.
Yeah, there's been that, and I think there's been a couple of times where in like some of the later like there's one where you have to like collect a bunch of orbs for like a side mission, and I was like, where the fuck are like 2 of these orbs? And then one it's like it's on like the other side of the map, and I was like, how the fuck was I ever meant to know that? It's like
Yeah, most of the things are pretty intuitive where you can work them out, but like there's been times like that one example where the whole thing is there's just a
Yeah.
stick that is falling in front of the door that you need to get moved. But
yeah,
at no point he just goes, "Oh, the door's stuck." But I'm kind of tired and I like mushrooms. You're like, I took
like the ones
mushroom
that grow in
from
that cave. But
yeah.
you take
You're
the
saying
wrong word
cave
for it.
nearby
Yeah.
and mushroom. I think I'll get some
Yeah.
mushroom for this guy.
I'll try and get them for this cave nearby. I won't
Yeah.
explore the cave because I found the mushrooms near the entrance.
And I'm like dropping them and talking to him, and he just keeps going, "Oh,
Yeah.
mushrooms nearby." I'm like, "Brother, they're right here."
Yeah, I also like the fact that amiibo functionality is like it gives you like
But it's kind
gliders,
of obsolete.
so you don't need it. But it can also give you like the outfits like it did in the first game, but those outfits are obtainable in game anyway.
I heard.
It just gives you them quicker.
Yeah, I
Um,
don't have amiibos because
but I don't
have a
actually
life.
want to scan my amiibo until I've got all the parts of those outfits because I quite like the going and exploring and finding them.
Yeah,
Whereas if I do that, they just won't be there anymore.
one of like the first big like things that I did was like because I did a whole bunch of exploring, and then once I explored like the last place I wanted to go to get unlock most of the fast travel points that I needed to play the game, of course,
Yeah.
I was like, I'll go down here because it's like in the corner of the map. I never want to come back here. And then there's like a gloom Lionel or whatever, and I'm like, all right, let me.
All right, yeah.
I was like, all right, let me take him on or whatever. And like, this is when I had like none of the abilities locked, so I was like mining manually with like a fucking pick, like with a
All right,
stone,
yeah.
like doing it that way. It took me literally like 2 hours to get to the
Yeah.
place, and then I opened the chest, and it's like, oh, here's a hat that an old adventurer had worn. It was just like old designed Link, like
Yeah.
face basically. And I
It
was
annoys
like,
me when you find one of those like areas in the depths, and it's like here's like a chest in the middle of nowhere, like all of the old armors and stuff normally are, and then you open it and it's like here's an opal. I'm like fuck you, like what? Give me like the weakest shit. Like sometimes the chests are like that because like it's the same as the like it was like this in Breath of the Wild, but every shrine has a chest in it, a secret
Yes.
chest.
Mhm.
And sometimes those secret chests are like, oh, here's like a cool weapon or something. And sometimes it's like, here's 5 arrows. And I'm like, what the fuck?
You do fair. I'm loving those.
Yeah, it's like that's it. That saved me some rupees when I go to the shop, all the different shops in the kingdom. But yeah, there's all sorts of cool stuff. Like there's like even places where because there's like the 4 main kingdoms that have like issues. But there's like even like there's like small towns and things like that, and all of those have like multiple side quests and things going on.
Yeah, like
there,
I
and-
loved chasing a child around a town. That was great.
that's a good one. Was it chasing the child around the town and then sending her off in a balloon to the desert?
Yep.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah,
like
that's good.
these 2 parents were like, "Oh, we're gonna miss our child. Will you go spend time with our child?" Like, what's the logic here? Why don't you spend time with your child? You're
Yeah,
like,
it's crazy.
oh, and they're like, oh, we need to dye this thing yellow, and apparently there's only 1 yellow plant in the whole fucking world.
Oh, that annoyed me so much because that same plant is you can use that
Really
plant
useful.
to save you like to get your hearts back from gloom.
Yeah, I know.
So I just like 5 minutes before I got that quest, like I had like 50 of them and then turned
Cooked
them
them all
all
up.
into I was like I'm gonna need this gloom stuff because I'm gonna fight the final boss and I'm sure it's gonna gloom me.
Yep.
So I was like, yeah, let's get a load of that like ready. And then went to the thing and it was like, give us 10 of this yellow flower. And I was like, fuck you. Like, it's like,
I'm like, you know
so
what?
much yellow shit in my inventory. Why couldn't it be anything else?
I got yellow mushrooms.
Yeah, I got yellow mushrooms. I got yellow wheat. Like, if I go to the place where I can dye my outfit and say I want it yellow, he'll accept any of these. Why wouldn't you? Like,
I spent like just a while just like hopping around, just grabbing a bunch. And I was like, these would be really useful. 10 of these would be really nice for me. But I guess I
Yeah.
gotta dye this fucking balloon so that I can spend
Yeah.
3K to buy a fucking house.
yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah, I've actually not done the buy a house thing yet.
I'll admit I spent all of my money buying a house and buying rooms and setting up a house, and I've been there once.
I bought quite a lot of it now because I literally like every time there's a blood moon, I run around and kill every do you know the taluses, the stone guys?
Yes.
Literally,
so
like
easy now.
I've marked on the map every rare one that drops like rubies, diamonds, and sapphires. So literally every blood moon, I just teleport to the nearest shrine and kill them all. And
Yeah.
then it's just like wait for the next blood moon, then rinse and repeat. So I'm just like absolutely loaded.
I remember like they exist in Breath of the Wild as well, don't they?
Yeah.
I remember fighting them and finding it really difficult because you have to climb up them. Now you don't have to do that anymore, and it's really easy.
I like the battle ones because you can just ascend them.
You can ascend onto their assholes if you didn't know that either.
Oh yeah, you can't just the normal ones, but yeah, like I don't normally have a problem with the normal because there's two kinds of talus, kind of. There's like ones where because there's like an exposed rock that like if you shoot it they like fall over.
Mhm.
There's some taluses have them like on the top, and some of them have them behind them. So like the ones on the top, it's like super easy because you can just shoot them from whenever. Whereas the other one is like you've got to like run up behind them and shoot it from the back and then start smashing it.
I just go up their assholes every time. I just ascend up their
Fair
ass.
enough. You literally just Ant-Man into Thanos every time.
Yeah. Speaking of ascending up their asshole.
No. So I have something I want to chime in. So one of
Okay.
the cool things that I have seen from Tears of the Kingdom stuff is that like, or it's not even cool. It's like almost like concerning, right? Because like people they're just like going out of their way to like torture Koroks by like putting them in burning pits and like putting them on rockets and like launching them off. And I'm just like, man, these people they have like serial killer vibes. And speaking of serial, damn, how does he do it? Pull up the fucking tier list.
I like Jeffrey Dahmer.
Yeah, he's my favorite mascot.
He's my favorite serial killer mascot.
Yeah, so yeah, we're doing serial killer mascots. No, we're doing serial mascots. There's really not much to say about it. I think we kind of maybe done serial already, and this is about as close as we can get. This is my tier list.
Yeah.
It's pretty obvious, I think, what it is.
Wait, so you're saying that the most racist is like the depictions of races, or
No.
okay? You think that the Lucky Charms mascot isn't just a racial stereotype of Irish people? You also think he is racist?
Yes.
Fair enough.
Like 1 sec, right? This guy, come on.
Yeah, like that was my confusion, was because Captain Crunch Captain Crunch racist as hell, I'm sure.
Yeah.
But he's not a racist depiction of like a white guy. Whereas like
Well, I don't know. This guy, like, he definitely has like, there's different. I guess I'm gonna say there's different kinds of racism, as if I can talk about it. Because he's of Irish descent, let's say, he has a particular.
He's like the kind of racism where he like really likes black people.
No. It's a different kind of like thing that he doesn't like. Let's just put it that way. The Applejacks. So I don't really know what it is. It's just the eyeball. So I don't know what it is. I can just see him staring.
The apple definitely gives
the apple.
vibes.
I mean, I just meant mainly the apple. I'm pretty sure that it's mainly the apple, to be honest. The apple looks like he would shout in your face and tell you how you don't belong here.
Is a Jamaican stereotype. That's like his whole bit.
Yeah.
But he doesn't like while he is a racist depiction, he's not racist.
Not racist.
himself.
Yeah, I was mainly looking at the apple, to be honest, because the apple's just, I could see the apple shouting in my face and telling me to go back to where I came from.
The apple's super racist, but then when you challenge him on it, it says, well, have you seen my friend?
Have you seen my friend?
I can't be racist.
This is a Honey Nut Cheerio, or Honey Cheerios, isn't it? Or who is this guy?
Yeah, I feel sorry for the bee of Honey Nut Cheerios.
Why? Why do we feel sorry for the bee?
Why is he
don't.
racist? Why is
I
he
think
racist?
I think he's the kind of guy who's like
It's just
really
a cute little bee friend.
No. He's like religious positive. Like he'll say loads of like really like nice things. And he'll be like, "Yeah, it's really great that everyone's here together."
Okay.
But not
he's got, like,
everyone.
youth pastor vibes.
Yeah, he's like, "Isn't it great that everyone's here?"
Except
Well,
the gays. Like
almost everyone.
Yeah. Yeah, I get the feeling he's not racist, but he is homophobic.
Yeah. Yeah. On Pride Month.
Yeah,
By
no,
default,
cringe.
Crazy. I don't know what it is. Like, I don't really know. I just said a little sus. Maybe not full blown racist, but we'll make like casual racist jokes and not get why that's bad. You know what I mean?
So these are the iDubbbz.
Like
Yeah,
the
old
I don't know about the Craves. The Crave guys are just like
They're
minions
unhinged.
and rabbits.
They're unhinged. They're unhinged.
Do
They'll
you think
tell
a
a
minion
joke.
would say a slur?
Yes.
Fair enough.
The minions would definitely say a slur.
The minions created slurs. They've been around forever.
Yeah, they do work for the most evil people, so they probably would have
exactly.
to say a few slurs,
You
I
really
think
know
love that.
They went underground in 1940, so they didn't
Yeah,
work for Hitler.
slight tangent. Yeah, I love the fact that
Is
they.
that
they
real?
Yeah, they went underground
Instead of
just
the
as World War
Minions
II was happening. Yeah, they funnily enough went underground after, I think it was Napoleon who sent them underground, and then they didn't come back out until the 1960s. Crazy.
Just time for the Cold War. Yeah, the rest they just look a bit unhinged. You know what I mean? All these people.
Yeah, they like I say, they've got like Rabbids vibes.
Yeah, Tony the Tiger gives me the impression of like
Used to be such a funny category.
Yeah, the fact that
this is the iDubbbz category.
Yeah, this is him making his video being like, it's great not to be racist anymore.
I don't like the energy of that.
I think black people are great.
Now at least he gives that like positive dad, like a good dad energy. But like if you went back to him in his 20s, he was not a good guy. You know what I mean?
You know, I get this. It's like dad that like has like a gay kid, and so like he's working on trying to be better, even though like he grew up like being like super like homophobic.
Yeah. Tony the Tiger has a black kid.
Yeah,
he's learning not to be racist.
Yeah, he's black with orange stripes, so he had to change his ways.
He had a kid that was black with orange stripes. Oh dear. Yeah, I hate that as well. I don't like that.
Why you don't like black with orange striped tigers? Excuse me. I don't really know the name of the Cookie Crisp guy, but like he kind of Nigel the Cookie Crisp wolf. I don't know what it is. It just gives that energy. And the fucking Fruit Loops guy, he's seen some shit. That's this toucan or whatever it is has seen some shit. And the bottom ones are just
wolf. Just so we don't
misname
him.
I guess that makes sense.
Dead name the Cookie Crisp wolf.
Yeah, that's fair. And then the bottom tier, I guess. What can I say? These are like the most PG. Like these could be children's show. This is the fucking son from Teletubbies.
Absolutely no shot. The Snap, Crackle, and Pop 100% refer to each other as the N-word.
Swiftly moving on.
They're definitely the kind of like friend group that use the N-word with each other, but nowhere else.
In the group chat.
Yeah, in the group chats, they're constantly using slurs.
Speaking of lovely and uncontroversial topics, this is the Z's tier list.
Hello. This is the religious affiliation of each of the serial mascots.
I know what I said this before. What's crazy is he's also ranked them on the left in the ascending order.
Not even. We just went as they popped into my head.
Yeah, not even alphabetical. You could have you went alphabetical, but you didn't. So there's still like some kind of listening here, no?
Yep.
The religions are ranked, but it's up to the comments to decide how.
Middle's the best.
It's two separate rankings. No, it's the same as our normal tiers. It's like how likely they are to, I don't know, something else.
Fair enough. Anyway, please. Why is
sorry the Tiger Muslim.
Why is
like why is he Muslim? It's his choice.
No, so it's like the like the Black African Muslim where it's like talking about like
Right,
peace
okay.
and like power and things like that.
Wait, have
that's Tony the Tiger.
we like decided that Tony the Tiger is as much as he's a cartoon anthropomorphic tiger, is he black? Is that what we decided here?
No, he's orange with black stripes. We already discussed this. His son is black with orange stripes. He's also got a white face and belly, to be fair.
Okay. And
He's also a
he's also
a tiger, so I don't really know.
Yeah. But characters can be an anthropomorphic animal, but then be coded as races.
Please explain. Not using Pokemon.
What do you mean? What would I use? Oh no, I don't mean there would also be racial stereotypes.
Gumball from the world of Gumball is black.
There you go. Yeah.
Okay, I was thinking real animals. I just couldn't think of any real animal examples.
The fuck you mean real animals? No, I'm not saying.
I know they
like,
have albino versions of animals.
Jesus Christ! No, I wasn't gonna.
Here's one for you, Curly. Here's one for you, Curly. Piccolo is black.
Yeah, well, no, I understand that. But
Yeah,
what I'm saying
no, I
was,
wasn't looking at like real world animals and saying.
I thought you were talking about real world animals.
Yeah,
we're talking about,
no,
like, cartoon
Jesus
characters.
Christ! Enough racist
what I
people
meant-
have already compared different races to animals, Curly. I don't need to jump in on that one.
No, I get that. I just didn't know, like, if I was missing out on some animal lore here, where there was like, like the females are one color and the males are the other color, like in Pokemon.
I am not gonna jump in and just be like, you know what animal reminds me of black people?
No,
like,
that's not what I meant.
I'm not gonna jump in and do that.
That's not what I meant. I
That
meant.
is really what you're making it seem like.
Oh,
the answer
sorry.
is the answer
what I meant
is
was I
cereal
didn't.
mascot tigers. By the way, that's the.
Right. What I meant was I didn't know there was like, I thought like when you were saying there's different colored of animals, I thought you meant like is there like the equivalent of different skin color for animals? I never.
Oh,
really
you
thought
mean
about it.
you mean like how there are like orange tigers and white tigers? Yeah, actually, sure. Surely, if Tony was a tiger and he was white, it'd be a white tiger.
Of course.
Then his skin's a different color. Like what? Like
Yeah, so
that's his hair?
he is,
I don't know.
So he is a tiger of color. So
Okay, just to clarify, what I meant was I didn't know that other animals could be other. In my head, I was like, "Oh, their skin's other colors. Does that happen in animals?" That's what I meant.
I mean that's fur, but kind of.
Yeah, that's what I meant because most animals are just covered in fur and you can't tell.
I don't know. Maybe,
Just say you understand what I'm saying, please.
We're moving on.
So Christians, eh?
Yeah. So the only one really worth talking about here is the Cocoa Puffs bird. Was a recovering addict, and he found Christianity through AA.
That's fair.
Great. Also, well, just one thing. Are both the characters of the Applejacks Christian?
I looked up religion in Jamaica, and it said that it's overwhelmingly Christian.
That's great.
So
Is the apple also Christian, or is he like a judging atheist? Because I kind of get that vibe from him as well.
yeah, he could be judge atheist. I feel
A
that.
judgy racist atheist.
But yeah, the Rice Krispie guys, they're just small business owners that are working the family business. And it's, I'm not saying that, like,
Snap, Crackle, and Goldstein.
Can we speedrun this one?
I really none of them are really worth talking other than like the
Why is the wolf a Buddhist?
why is what
You gotta put someone there.
It's so funny because asking any of the questions of so why is it be Catholic? It's just like a ridiculous question.
Yeah, why is the Irish character? Why is the Irish stereotype Catholic? What the hell?
Because I think Ireland would fall apart if we ever introduced a Protestant leprechaun.
No, half of Northern Ireland would love no.
Yeah, actually, because he doesn't have a little ginger beard, I think he might be a Protestant. I think that's the signifier.
No, the actual signifier is where you keep your toaster.
Clean shave leprechauns. What is the answer to this? What's the toaster thing? I know we brought it up before, but
If you keep it in the cupboard, you're a Protestant.
in the cupboard, you're a Protestant.
Yeah. That's the lore.
Imagine.
All right,
keeping
so
your
the
toaster
wolf
in a
is a
cupboard,
Buddhist
crazy.
because he doesn't care for material possessions. He just cares about getting Cookie Crisp.
That's so true. Actually, so true.
He doesn't care about material possession except this one material possession.
That's his form of enlightenment.
Yeah, it's crux. Yeah, that's his fucking just one time for
He
one time.
reaches nirvana when he's fucking cracked out on Cookie Crisp.
I don't know. I remember when I learned about Buddhism in school, they talked about how like Buddhists.
It was on the back of a box of Cookie Crisps, strangely.
Yeah. My teacher was just reading it at the front of the class, holding the cardboard box. Well, they talked about like in like Buddhist temples and stuff where they're not like allowed to buy food themselves. It has to be like donated to them. This is I don't know if it's like
stolen by a wolf.
No, maybe this is like a hardcore level. You know, I don't know the tiers. But like they can't have it like give like thingy to them. They have to be donated to them. I just like to think he just rejects every other donation unless someone brings up a bowl of Cookie Crisp and some milk, and he's like.
And then I do like how I feel like there's some difference between the atheists here because I feel like the cinnamon toast atheists are physically incapable of understanding the concept of religion.
Them and the Crave, yeah, the little just like the minions. They have no concept of what religion is. And then Toucan Sam, he's the fucking atheist that will like argue with Christians online. He's like the actually type atheist.
Yeah.
Well, if you actually read the Bible, it says.
Because don't get me wrong, I am also an atheist, but I'm not like in people's face about it. I just don't care. But I'm not gonna like fucking sit there and argue with someone about religion. Whereas Toucan Sam definitely will. He's a cringe atheist.
When I used to get drunk at uni, the Christian Union would sit outside the pub that we would all go to and give us soup. And they were really nice, and I would go and talk to them about the Bible when I was like literally off my fucking head. I'd be like, "Have you actually read it?" And they're like, "Yeah." I was like, "Do you know in this bit when God kicks him out of the Garden of Eden, there's other people on the earth?" And they're like, "That's not right." I'm like, "It is. You should read it."
You should read it.
They're like, "No, I don't know if that's right." I'm
They
like,
were outside of Jackson, Missouri.
Yeah, it was just outside.
And they're like, "No, I don't think that's right." I'm like, "It's crazy because it is. I've read it." And they would give me soup, and I would leave because they would just get sick of my shit. I'm like, "Thank you for the soup." Yum yum yum. Okay, what the fuck is this, Land Eagle?
So mine is just a tier list of how good they would be in the cereal based fighting game.
Okay. All right. Okay.
I think you're overvaluing a fucking bee. I'll be honest.
He's
I
got a
think you are.
weapon.
Are you trying to say he uses like honey magic or something? Is that what it is?
Yeah, he's got like the inkling ability of like putting the ink on you, but it's honey and it slows you down.
I hate to be that
And
guy.
you're also undervaluing the power of a fucking literal wolf.
And you're also underpowering the power of the literal sun.
Nah, but he's got raisins, so he can eat shit.
Yeah, those raisins. Yeah, it can't be
You're
that.
underpowering Rice Krispies. Have you ever played against fucking ice climbers and Smash? That's just
Oh, that's so true. Yeah, imagine getting juggled by all three Snap, Crackle, and Pop.
The Apple Jacks, the guy's got a fucking skateboard and ensures recovery sick. He like kicks
Oh, well,
back on.
Same as you. I was really looking at the apple for.
Fair.
Damn. Everyone just said fuck the cinnamon man, the cinnamon, if you will.
Oh no, is that what they? No.
Is that? Oh, that's
the cinnamon is the Winnemon. In case you're wondering.
Yeah, we need to put. He needs to like if we were doing it based on how racist they are, he needs to bump up the
Okay, no. Please explain to me what kind of powers would the guy, the Lucky Charms leprechaun have? Just out of curiosity.
All of his Lucky Charms.
Yeah, have you not seen the commercials where he can just like summon them from the air and fucking fling them at people?
Yeah,
he's like
no other. He'd be so cringe.
He's like Hero but a Zona.
Yeah, he wouldn't throw gold or like
Captain
create rainbows or something.
Captain Crunch is a reskin of Captain Falcon. On name alone, and then you've got
fucking sick knee.
Yeah, they bring in like the Fruit Loops guy and Chip. They are Fox and Falco, but they've been nerfed in this game because they're not as good as Tony.
Gotcha.
So yeah, and then the Applejacks guys, they actually they act more like Banjo-Kazooie.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Opposed to thing that looks a little bit like Kazooie that's right next.
Yeah, no, that's
Well, that's Falco.
Yeah, that's
Falco
all-
2.
That's a reskin of Falco, but not as good. Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's like some side character that you're not aware of that also looks a bit like Falco, but actually isn't.
Yeah, that's it. And then the Tricks Rabbit. I don't know. I'm losing the analogy.
It's
They're
bugs for
just- they're just not as
multiverses.
good. Yeah, that's it.
I got you. Don't worry.
Mhm.
I feel like the Crave guys should be more of an assist trophy. They've got more
Yeah.
assist trophy vibes.
They
And
just
so
come
does the sun,
falling
to
from
be
the
fair.
sky or something.
But yeah, like I think you kind of touched on it a little bit, Curly. Like that sun must be fucking shit because those raisins are not burning to a crisp. So
They used to be grapes.
they
Mm.
used to be great. Yeah.
Get fucked, dude.
Okay. I'm not defending the fact that this sun has no heat, but it doesn't have the heat to burn those grapes to a crisp. It just lightly dries them.
Yeah, instantly. That's normally a long process, is all I'm saying.
Oh no, he has the heat to instantly dry something.
Just like me.
Yeah, but guess what? Guess what? Tony's a
Yeah, it's
tiger.
me when I'm talking to
he's-
your girl. I have the power to instantly dry something.
Yeah,
but exactly.
These are
The
experiences.
sun ain't got a chance against Tony. Tony the Tiger just says they're great, and then he dies. And then also, as we've got over, Tony the Tiger is black coded. So
What's their no, like they have like ultimate smashes or like finisher moves. Like what? I want an example.
yeah, Tony just does a
somewhat.
big it just does a big thumbs up, and it takes up the entire screen.
Okay.
Oh, similar to Jigglypuffs.
Yeah. But it's
Yeah.
just it just gets a big old thumb.
I can think
I
of
feel
one
like
for Chip.
I feel
He
like
just,
the Suns would just be like Pikachu's, where he just like flies around, but just like does like fuck all
Fair.
damage because all he can do is slightly dry you.
what's it?
um,
Chips, I guess, is kind of like he'll just like put you into a bowl and just like beat you up a whole bunch. You just go flying or whatever. He just scrams on you.
No. Chips is actually just exactly the same as Fox is.
Oh, of course.
Literally just sends you up into space and he's flying in an R-wing or whatever they're called.
Yeah.
Huh?
But yeah, that's about it. That's how they do in the serial-based fighting game that has stolen a bunch of assets from Smash.
Great time. What a time to be alive, eh? What a time to be alive.
Also, is it just me, or does the Tricks Rabbit feel like naked? Like
Are
I know,
all-
I know
are
he
all
physically.
animals naked?
Like,
I look
I know he
fucking like I'm
physically
really
is.
just out here on the big cam. On the little cam, it didn't seem that bad, but on the big cam, I just feel hello.
Yeah,
Like-
I feel like I'm with you somehow. I don't know what's going on. You know, those like memes where like someone like the guy like picks up the camera and the guy jets it where he thinks he's like strangling him or some shit. That's what I feel like right now. Speaking of strangling, I think we're strangling every ounce of fucking conversation that we have today out of us, and I think this is probably the
I
end.
swear to God, if we don't talk about this one after it's been on for 2 weeks, then
It can just go.
yeah, that's what I meant. I
It'll
didn't mean
be
we have to
next
talk
week,
about
too.
it. I meant... Although to be fair, that one isn't time sensitive. To be fair,
It's not exactly. For anyone that wants to know, it's crazy. It's a religion tier list. That's what we're gonna do next week.
yeah, it's our favorite events of 2001 tier list.
Okay, but it's actually a fire tier list. Hold on.
Our favorite years, but like every year, but the top event, the top of news event from every year, we rank them.
Yeah, we're gonna do all of the last events from 2000 to 2020, but it's just the event that killed the most people.
This podcast will be up there. They'd be dying of fucking boredom at this point. So I think we should call it.
Brutal.
And if you've enjoyed, make sure you guys leave a little like, comment, subscribe. We need to do better because like a lot of people watch this shit, but we don't have.
Yeah, if you've
our
watched this
subscribers
far, why
aren't
the fuck are
growing.
you not subscribed? What the
Yeah.
fuck?
Mhm.
Yeah, so we need to start doing like call to action stuff. I think. I say as pitching
Yeah.
this as a meeting in the
I
middle
think we
of
should
the
do this.
podcast.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
we should do this. Yeah,
You know what?
I
I'm
think it's a good
against it.
idea.
Don't like and subscribe.
I think you should go on.
Unsubscribe.
I think any interaction's good interactions. Go on it and subscribe and dislike the video.
To be fair, do subscribe, but disliking the video is just as good as liking it. So go ahead.
Bye.
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 Next week will be a shit one. Bye.
Yeah, it probably will be, to be fair.